Hey, we are live. It's been a while. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. I'm not hearing much. There they are. Yeah. Someone, if you can see if I'm good. Um, I don't know, no one's on yet, so we'll just we'll give it a shot. Um, so I got kind of weird stuff with my voice. Yeah, I had that stupid 19 about 3 weeks ago now, but it brought back a cough that I've had off and on for a while. Hey, Michael. Hey, my level's okay. Can you hear me? Um, let's see. Um, so, quite a day today. Big debut by Big Bobby Miller, all 6'5" of him. Mr. Louisville, uh, right? Yeah, it was Louisville. Boy, there's a lot of guys that get from there. Um, just as we, okay. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Michael Carrillo in the house. Appreciate you. Let's get rolling with some fun stuff here. Make sure I can see the chat, and then make sure that you all can see the screen. We're gonna head there first and foremost. Talk about Bobby Miller. It was great. I mean, let's be straight up honest about it. It was exciting. It's always good to see debuts. We've already had a few this year, and we're gonna might have a couple more coming. So Miller went 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. That run was in the first inning. Only 1 walk and 5 Ks. He threw 95 pitches. That's by far the most he's thrown this season. 63 strikes. So that's big time, and that's against one of the best teams in baseball. So the guy's got nasty stuff, clearly. On the bad side, not for him, but Vargas did not play, and James Outman struggled bust. Has hit a little bit, 4 at-bats, 3 Ks. Hopefully he's gonna get back at it. This is just they found a weak spot in his swing, and he's just gonna he'll keep adjusting. He's got to lay off the stuff he doesn't like, and he's got to make sure he swings and doesn't miss the things he does like. So he likes it lower in the zone, it looks like. Before we go into some other minor league games, let's go real quick into some transactions. There's been quite a few. We'll just cover the last couple days. Darlin Pinales taking out of the rotation from the Quakes, put with the ACL Dodgers. That just means that he's probably going to stick around at Rancho and then be back soon. By the way, I will be out there on Saturday with Trinidad and hopefully Alex. We have some interviews lined up. I'm going to throw out some names that we're, so far we have confirmation. It always could change. The players get busy, but right now we have Theron Lorenzo. We have Jose Izara, who just got put on the DL, or on the injured list. I guess he'll have plenty of time to talk. And then we have Donkey, Ryan Doncon. So those are the 3 guys. Izara will do it in English. The other 2 guys will do it in Spanish. And that's one of the reasons I do have Alex and Trinidad. Plus, those guys really know their stuff. You can see, Rule 5, Rule 5 draftee Gus Varland was dropped by the Brewers after he had 1 bad game, and they cut him. So Dodgers take him back. I mean, this guy's going to be up in the major league sometime this season in the bullpen. That's where he's excelled. He's hitting high 90s. He's got good stuff. Taylor Scott, he went up and then he went back down today. We saw Gavin Stone debut yesterday. He'll probably start, I'm guessing, Saturday? Maybe Sunday? In Tampa. Tampa hit the heck out of the ball. Michael Grove getting reassigned or getting his rehab assignment to OKC is good news. Yeah, Michael, I'm glad we got Gus back. Now, can we get Jose Hernandez and Ryan Noda back? That Rule 5 was just awful. They lost some real talent, and it really should have been some talent that they kept. Um, let's see, Marshall Kozowski back from ACL, which is what Arizona Cactus League. Suero up, and I think he just got DFA'd. Andre going back down. Tyler Sturt. Now, Tyler Sturt also got put on the DL today for some type of thing. It is kind of cool. Connor Godwin, I met him at spring training, and he will be hopefully pitching in a game on Saturday. I hope to see that. And some other things we've seen. Bradley Zimmer was released and got signed by the Red Sox. Those are usually assigned. They already have those already set up. And the Red Sox go, hey, we really want this guy. And the Dodgers go, well, what do you give it to him? Oh, we're going to give you nothing. Oh, okay, we'll just release him in those cases where it gives him a chance to play. See if there's anything else. Nothing else of significant. Well, Andy Paez getting put on the 7-day DL without barely even playing for AAA. That's a bummer. All right, let's go and take a look at what our game is doing right now, because I know that our Quakes are playing against Lake Elsinore, and it looks like they're top of the ninth, 2 out. Let's see who's pitching for us. Jared Karros. If you ever listen to Ross Porter, you'd hear how he call his dad Eric Karros. So it's Jared Karros. Let's see. One of the most interesting stories is Sarin Lau. So Sarin is a former infielder and is now a pitcher. I think I talked about that a few weeks ago. Lucas Webb doing well. Which Cabrera is this? Is this Jason? Taking a quick look. Yeah, it's Jason Cabrera, still coming back from Tommy John. Looked like he had a good one. He had a walk and 3 Ks. Now, batting. I mean, Chris Newell. Just keep that name in mind. He's a good one. 13th home run. 32nd RBI. So Biddison bat leadoff. Let's see, Donkey 255, 1 for 3 today. Newell 1 for 3, sitting 293. OPS 1.058. Lorenzo, he's like second in home runs to Newell in PCL. He doesn't play quite as much because he does catch. Got that overall 1.015 OPS. He's got 2 walks also. He's dangerous, switch hitter. We will be talking to him this Saturday. Very excited about that. Kyle Nevin, Phil Nevin's son, coming back from an injury. He was gone for a bit. Jose Puerta, 1 for 3. Juan Alonso, 1 for 4. I want to see that guy coming back. Too many strikeouts there. Dayton Dooney, good old Kenneth Betancourt. One of my favorites in 289. You need a Kenneth Betancourt on your team. You just need him. So we'll maybe get back to that before we end. Like I said, we will be out there on Saturday. Let's see. Great Lakes. Ooh, looks like they took it in the shorts. Just barely. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. So this is you heard on Lockdown Prospect talk about Jose Ramos saying he has only currently projected to be a 4th outfielder. He has a good arm, might work as a pitcher. He's got a great arm. He also has a lot of power. There's some holes. The swing's got some holes, but he's actually done pretty good in AAA or AA. We'll take a look at his numbers in a minute to see how he's doing. So the box score today. Oops, what do we got going on here? It's being a little silly here. Do we lock it up? Let's refresh that. Get the box there. Yeah, Ramos has a lot of raw talent. So they lost to the Peoria Chiefs. Yeah, I don't think that's Peoria in Arizona. Let's take a quick look at our pitching first. Bruns, yeah, he had a good one today. 4 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. That's what I'm talking about. Mitchell Taransky still on the comeback trail, looking good. 1 inning with 1 K, 1 walk. Ortiz Mayer gave it up today. 3 hits, 3 runs. Got the loss. Michael Hobbs came in briefly, it looks like. And looks like he might have been on the mound when the winning run scored. Batting-wise... So Austin Gauthier, always under 400 finally. Bummer. 1 for 2, 2 walks. Wonder what happened to Yainer. 0 for 3, 0 for 1. Dalton came in. Dalton rushing 0 for 2. Taylor Young batting third. That's interesting. Damon Keith, 0 for... Alcantara, 1 for 3. Freeland, 196. Man, we got to get these guys going. Vogel, 185. Luis Diaz, 167. Frankie Rodriguez, 111. Dang. Hopefully this team gets going. They got to get that offense going. Now, I know that Great Lakes isn't the greatest place to play. Let's see this game here. We have the Drillers. That's right. I heard they walked one off in the 11th. So Vivas down to 291. He'd been hot. Look at Leonard, though. 3 for 6. He was batting like 100 after the first few weeks. He's been strong. There's Ramos hitting 276. 895 OPS. 1K, 2 walks. The other Vargas, 1 for 5, 267. It's a little low for him. He'll be back. Yusniel Diaz at 2 for 5. He is back, hitting 304. Diego 0 for 4, 182. So we got to get that going. Carson Taylor, really nice season so far, hitting 292. 3 for 3 today. Brandon Lewis 0 for 5, hitting 151. Bryson Brigman, dang. 0 for 3 down to 184. Cody Hosey 164. So got to get the bats going for sure. The big story on this team is Emmett Sheehan. 4 innings, 3 walks, which was a little bit high for him. 9 Ks. He's just dominant. I don't know why he's not promoted yet. They really should do that. Don't be surprised to see him at the end of the season, either him or Nick Frasso. Rooney. Oh, gee, dang. Well, Fisher's been good. He's always been good. Rooney struggled. Oh, Pilarski gave up runs. What the heck? I haven't seen. I've been so out of it. Been so darn busy. Let's see, Pilarski here. What have we got going on? So he gave up his 2 today. So let's see. Was that games? Yeah, 4 games, 1 save. Double A is a little harder. That's okay. So it looks like 4 innings, and then gave 3 hits. It's just today it looks like he just had a rough one, and it ballooned his ERA. But that's just in Double A. It doesn't include his high A. Tanner Dodson, no walks, always good. Jordan Leisure, 2 innings, 1 walk, 2 Ks, and then Ryan Sublick at the W with a 1 inning and 2 strikeouts. So there you go. OKC is playing in Sacramento, and our baseball Gale is there today in Sacramento watching this game. She sent me a couple of videos of Michael Busch warming up at third base. She said that he was hitting some serious bombs. Michael Busch was just putting on a show during batting practice, so that's always good to see. Again, I'm going to go to the pitching first. Looks like they went with an opener today. Brian Hudson, big lefty. Having a really nice year. 1.1 innings, 1 K. He's 6'8", big guy. Andre, dang. 5 walks. That won't do it. Justin Hageman, nice day today. No walks, 2 Ks. Adam Kolarek, 0.57 ERA. Don't be surprised if we see the Soto killer coming up the end of the season somehow to get some outs. Let's take a look. Drew Avens, 0 for 5, 219. Johnny DeLuca, 0 for 5, 214. These are all just AAA. Michael Bush, 1 for 3, 292. Luke Williams, 1 for 5, 270. Ryan Ward, 245. 2 for 5, though. That's good. Devin Mann down to 262, but he's got a lot of doubles. 0 for 3 today. Hunter Fiducia. 1 for 4 down to 266. Justin Yurchek. The Machine, 1 for 3. He just hits. Jai Jones. 2 for 2. 256. And we did look at the pitching. What do we do? Looks like Luke Williams still hitting. Still playing well. He's on the I think he's on the 40 man. And he's on the 40. Yeah, so I think they might bring him up again. We'll see. The bench might need a little shoring up. I'm going to show a couple highlights here. Our guy Josh Thomas from Dodgers Digest has some great stuff. Looks like you can see the highlight here of Eddie Leonard walking it off for the Drillers. Brought in the run to win the game. Looks like is it Viva scoring? Yeah. Eddie's playing really well. Let's see. There's some Emmett Sheehan just doing his nastiness. His ERA is 1.66. 67 total Ks to lead all of minor league baseball. Bobby Miller today threw 99 plus miles an hour 28 times in his debut. Very nice. Maddox Bruns, another good one. Second consecutive dominant. He has dominant stuff. It's just about keeping the ball, getting the ball over the plate, and then playing, and then going from there. And then he can work on being in the zone. But you just gotta, no walks. You just gotta keep the walks down. He's gonna be good. Let's see. Let's see. The question is, do you think DeLuca takes a month before he gets brought to the majors? Yeah, I think it's going to take a little bit. I mean, I think you've seen, Dave Roberts talking about bringing up what's his name, Trace Thompson, and keeping that going. Who knows? I mean, Trace has hit the ball a little bit better here and there, but sometime you got to see results. Yeah, to take Trace's spot specifically, that's what I'm thinking. I personally I think what they do need, and as a prospect hugger, it's going to sound blasphemous, but I think they need to get a real hitter, a real right-handed guy. I need to text Doug McCain to see what he's thinking. We haven't talked in a few weeks about this stuff, but there's got to be a major league ready hitter. I keep every time JD Martinez just smacks the ball all over the place, I think about last year when the Red Sox, Dodgers were trying to get JD, and the Red Sox wouldn't give him up because they wanted to think they could win, and that was just dumb. They're a trash team last year, and if they would have had JD last year during the playoffs, he's a difference maker. Sincel, yeah, if he's healthy, I know I like the talent, I like the potential there. To hit they've got to get someone to hit lefties. Even old Hicks from that the Yankees are just DFAing, he would be a better option than Trey because at least he can hit lefties. The Dodgers, I think, got to make a move. Their bench is, Barnsley's hitting 100-ish or less. Thompson's hitting under 100. Taylor does his thing, right? He gets a few hits and knocks a few home runs, and he strikes out a lot. And then, we got a little mixture with Peralta, Hayward. If Vargas is on the bench, if they put Mookie at second. So there's that spot. There's something missing there. I do think that when it comes playoff time, they have to make some decisions. This is way, way in advance. But you can't I don't think Mookie Betts starts at second base or shortstop during the playoffs. I think he plays right field, and so it's going to be, between Outman, Peralta, and Hayward to get those at bats, and to bring in that lefty masher, whether it's someone like Senzel or Doug McKean talked about Andrew McCutchen. I don't think that happens. I think the Pirates are in love with the idea of keeping McCutchen this year. And plus, he doesn't play outfield. He's a DH. I mean, he can play a little bit of outfield, but there's going to be players available. They'll figure that out. Angels, let's just, I'm going to throw a name out there, Hunter Renfroe. Let's get someone like that. Someone that can mash the ball. Let's see what happens. Real quick, I'm going to start doing some recommendations, just things I'm doing. So this book, I'm going to pull this up here. This is all about health. It's called Outlive, Dr. Peter Attia. The science and art of longevity. Dr. Attia now used to be in San Diego. Now he's in Texas. He's all about longevity. He's inspired me to get a glucose meter. He has them embedded in his body. I'm not going there. But yeah, highly recommend that book. It was at Costco for about $19. It's going to help you, and just to take care of yourself, folks. Getting the righty hitter. I think Peralta's going to be fine. Jason Hayward's been pretty decent. He had a nice day today, but he's also hit the ball well a lot, and I just, he's been a pleasant surprise. I just thought he was going to, about 150 and then be that guy that they eventually release like in August or something like that. But he's been productive, and he still plays decent outfield. But I really want Mookie Betts in right field during the playoffs. And let's just, we've seen Miguel Vargas. He's had some good games. He's had some other bad ones. I want to take a quick look at the Dodgers roster at the moment. Because they've had, really this season has been fantastic in terms of players that have come up and have been, in our top 20, 25 prospects and have played this year. So we can go through this. Let's see. Michael Grove, he's played. I know he's injured, but he's coming back. Andre Jackson's been out there a bit. Let's see who else is a prospect. Obviously, Bobby Miller. I wonder if he's going to change his number. Probably not yet. Pep has not played yet. He's hurt, and it's a concern. It is a concern. He's still not playing. See, Gavin Stone obviously has debuted. So, just there, we've had the 5 pitchers that I thought could help or have already played in the major leagues, and it's not even June yet. Michael Bush has played. I can't wait till he comes back. If he hit right-handed, he'd already be on the team. Eddie's has not made it yet. Let's see. Obviously, Miguel Vargas and James Outman. That's a lot of top prospects that are playing this year. And, the team that that plays closest to where I live is your San Diego Padres. And I hate what they did. I hate the way their team is built. And they literally have like two players on their 26-man roster that are homegrown. And I'll throw Tatis in there, even though he was traded. But they got him when he was young. So, okay, great, 3. But they've done this whole thing of trading just about every prospect, and they're going to do it again. They're going to probably make the biggest splash during the season, and they're going to get another better player. They're going to give up somebody. They only got Jackson Merrill and a couple others. They're going to give someone else like that to take a shot at it. They seem to be really desperate to win, and they're set up to possibly win. and possibly win within the next 2-3 years. After that, they're gonna have trouble. They're gonna be in financial trouble. They are very desperate, Michael. I agree. I the owner says he had cancer and he's recovered. He doesn't look like it. I think he's sick. That's just an opinion. I think he's still sick, and he wants to win before before he passes, and build something. Because let's be honest, whoever is the owner of the Padres, when they win a World Series, is going to be never forgotten here. Padres still think like Tim Flannery was a great player. Just Padre fans, they haven't had a lot to hold on to. But they've had obviously some great players come through. They've got some great players on their team, but it's not a team. And if they don't make the playoffs, A.J. Preller's got to be fired. I don't put it on Bob Melvin. He didn't put this mess together. When your leader is, they say that Manny Machado is your leader. I think he's kind of weird. And just I just don't think he understands what it means to be just kind of a normal person. He's been coddled, I think, for his whole life because of his talent. And so I don't think he's a good leader. Nelson Cruz should be the leader of that team. He just has to produce. Matt Carpenter's another weirdo with his. Remember he did that salsa thing a few years ago with the Cardinals. He would get on base and act like he's eating chips and salsa. Just the weirdest thing. He's got the dumb mustache. Yeah, I agree. I think Preller should be fired if they don't win. If they don't make it in the playoffs, they have to make the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, they'll probably stick to their plan. But, Carpenter's kind of a weirdo. Bogart's solid. I like Bogarts. I just think he's not their best shortstop. That's Kim. Kim's their best shortstop. You put your best. You put your best out there at shortstop. You don't compromise there. But I guess they had to do that. And then Soto, turning into Jock Peterson with his weight. But and I think Soto's obviously better than he's shown. He's a great hitter. Just is he the right fit on that team with Tatis and Machado? Are they bringing him down? When he was with Washington when they won the World Series, he just had to play. He didn't have to lead. He rose to the pressure. I mean, that dude was good during 2019. We saw it. So he does have that experience. Cronenworth at first base is a mistake. Their catching's weak. Grisham is a 200-something hitter, maybe 220. Left field, I can't remember. They've gone through some injuries too, but not as much as the Dodgers and the pitching staff. And Blake Snell does his weirdness. Yu Darvish is still good. He's really good. I'd love to have him on the Dodgers, but he's also older, and they gave him a huge contract, a long-term contract. Michael Wacha is okay. Seth Lugo, I like him, but he's already on the injured list. So their depth, and everyone's pitching depth, Dodgers depth is obviously being pushed, but it's nice to have real prospects to bring up, not just a guy that they hope can do something. The Dodgers are loaded, and there's more. That's the good news. The Dodgers are built to contend for the World Series for the next quite a few years. And the Padres are in it in the next couple of years. And right now it doesn't look good. I think that it was idiotic of Nightingale to write them off and say this is the worst disappointment in Padre history. That was just silly. That's just a headline grabber. I even responded to him. It's barely even a quarter of the season. They're going to make the playoffs, I believe, and they're going to. If they, with the way they play, they're very emotional. If they play against the Dodgers or whoever they play against, if they come out high and the Dodgers come out like they did last year, Dodgers get smoked again. The playoffs you gotta have something there. You gotta have some life in you. But I think I like this team a lot better. I think the leadership is better. No offense, but Justin Turner, I think we need some new blood in the leadership role. And we got guys, obviously Freddie and Mookie are part of that. Will Smith stepping up. Guys like J.D. Martinez and David Peralta are stepping into it, and definitely Jason Hayward. And even some of the rookies, Vargas and Outman have been a good mix there. And Max Muncy is just one of those solid dudes. So I like the way the team is set up. I like the leadership of the team, and I like that. I like what they've done. J.D. Martinez, I believe, is a way better hitter than Justin Turner. Justin was great for the Dodgers for a long time, but he has, the last 2 years in the playoffs, he's been gone. And by the end of the year, he's toast. He's, his body can't take it. He needs, playing in Boston, he should, in my opinion, I would just play him at DH. I wouldn't play him anywhere else. That's the best shot he has at being a player. Jason Hayward has been surprising. I'm glad we have him. It's always good to have guys like, at least, he's Michael Correas talks about getting another starting pitcher. I couldn't agree more. So we saw Dustin May got put on the 60-day DL. I think he's toast for the year. That's just my opinion. I think they're playing this wrong. I think they should go in. Last year they did this with Buehler. He was injured, June-ish? And then they waited. And then they finally had Tommy John in September. Man, go in there early. Get that thing done. Bring him back. So, Buehler could have been coming back in mid-year this year, but maybe we'd be lucky to get him at the end of the year. Yeah, I think May's out. I'm not counting on him for one bit. I think his mechanics, I think, are a disaster. And it's hard to change someone's mechanics, but the way he twists and moves and everything like that, and the way he slings it like that, it's just a disaster waiting to happen. So it's kind of a bummer. I love Dustin May, and he's been really good. But they've got, so right now, we have Tony Gonsolin. Clayton Kershaw, hopefully he's feeling better. He says he's been struggling with some body soreness. Lois Syndergaard, Gavin Stone, and Bobby Miller. Those are our starters right now. And then Julio will be back within probably a couple weeks. And Julio has not been 100%, obviously. He's just not been as good. So, I know he gave up those 4 home runs that inning, and it sounds like he was hurt that inning. I wish these pitchers, when they're hurt, would just say, hey, I'm hurt. Get me out so I can rest and not hurt myself. Because, man, you hurt one thing, it eventually gets to the arm. And, I think they do need some starting pitching. I just don't know what's out there. They're going to have to overpay. If it's a Corbin Burns, and I don't think the Milwaukee's going to be dealing with them. When I see rumors, middle of the season, the Cardinals maybe would trade Paul DeYoung to the Dodgers. If that happens, I'll do a big giveaway. Because I just don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, I agree. We got it. Dustin May I think he's probably going to need Tommy John again. At least right now. Yeah, I hate Lance Lynn. I just think I don't like his stuff. He throws really hard, and it's, 80% fastballs. I don't think it plays up in the playoffs. He needs more pitches. I like Giolito, though. Maybe they go for Dylan Cease. I don't know. White Sox, we need to have them sell to the Dodgers. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Tim Anderson. He doesn't play good enough defense for me. But I like some of their right-handed pitching. That's for sure. There's got to be some other folks out there too to trade for. It's just going to be a matter of who, and it's going to cost a lot. It's gonna hurt. It's going to be 2 of our top 5 prospects to get any of these pitchers that we're talking about, which is really rough. Dodgers might, the way they might just keep going dumpster diving, hoping they get to strike gold. or hope, or just hope Papio can come back. That Gavin Stone, and I think Gavin Stone's going to be fine. It's just they just got to get. Sometimes these guys got to get through some stuff, and you can't. I don't want to see them give up. Yeah, let's see. I'm missing the end of the chat. Yeah, I agree about Tim Anderson. I don't want him at shortstop. Maybe second base, but not this year. Yeah, the overpay is going to hurt, and so the prospect huggers like myself and y'all that listening will you'll hate it. But at the end of the day, I think at least my opinion is love the prospects, but what I really love is winning the World Series. That's what I want to do. And if they have to give up a couple guys to do that, first of all, it lets those guys go play. Let's take Michael Busch, for example. Not that I want to trade him. That dude should be playing in the major leagues right now. He has nothing to prove at the minor league level. He should be in the major leagues. So if he gets traded, that means he's going to play in the major leagues, and good for him. If they trade a Gavin Stone, that means he's going to start. If they trade Diego Cartaya, it means he's going to move up faster. Right now, we have a catcher. His name is Will Smith. Eventually, we will need to replace Austin Barnes. Hopefully not sooner than later. I'm hoping he can start hitting. In fact, if Austin Barnes can start hitting, that makes the bench so much better. Yeah. So that's about all I've got. I really, miss doing this. My throat hasn't been 100%. I've been tired. I've been doing a lot of different stuff. Been doing, to be honest, a lot of religious type studies, self-improvement, trying to get some better health going, better cooking, things like that. So, can't just do baseball for myself. I can't do this that much, but I'm looking forward to being out at Rancho on Saturday night. So if you're going to be out there, let me know. I'll try and do a podcast beforehand. One of the things I do need to do is, my guys, we need to work on our questions. So we'll be spending one of our nights doing that on Zoom. So obviously we'll be doing a show that'll probably be like Thursday or Friday night. But thanks for hanging out. And tomorrow is Tony Gonsolin Day. Against the Braves. Let's get that sweep, which would be awesome. That means the road trip, they'd be up to 4-3 and winning versus, then heading out to Tampa. So, Tampa, wait a second. My son's out there. I should I should fly out there. We'll see. Both of my boys, by the way, are coming out July 7th through the 14th. Very excited about that. At least one of my boys and I will be at Dodger Stadium on June 13th. I might try to get a media pass for June 1st. It's a day game against the White Sox. Do a little extra scouting, right? Wait, is it White Sox? No, it's not White Sox. I can't remember who. But maybe it's Nationals or something like that. That'll be a team that's going to be selling. I don't know what they've got to sell, but yeah. All right, cool. All right, thanks everyone for listening. I appreciate y'all, and we'll see you sometime soon. At worst case, you'll see us live from Rancho on Saturday. And God bless everyone. Take care.